great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion. Welcome back to the Immigration Answers Show. My name, Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer extraordinaire, practicing law throughout the United States, all 50 states, not 49, not 38, not 47 and a half, but all 50 states, because immigration is federal, which means we can handle immigration cases in any town, village, hamlet, or city. Did I say the city already? Anyway, good to see all of you. Glad you're here. I'll be here for the next hour, trying to answer as many of your immigration law related questions as we can. Look at this. We have Arlington, Virginia, Bahrain, Ohio, Atlanta, Georgia. How's Bahrain, Hinakin? I've never been to Bahrain. Is it nice there? Is it hot? I'm sure it's hot. I have been to Saudi Arabia, but I have not been to Bahrain. Toronto, Nasir is here. Hello, Nasir. How are you? Good to hear from you. Michelle's watching in Atlanta. Got the Jamaica flag going. I think that's Jamaica. Yeah. Julio posts the waiting room if you want to come ask me a question. I've been shooting videos again. Thank you yesterday, especially to Princess Lizzie for lots of video ideas. And I'll be doing videos tomorrow too. So I'm trying to get a bunch in the can before I go out of town. Oh, Heineken says that Bahrain has been cold the last few weeks. Wow, that's sort of crazy. JP's in Vancouver, another place I'd really like to visit. Who wouldn't want to go to Vancouver? I heard it's beautiful. Hope's here. Good to see. Good to see. All of our friends are here. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from. If you're new, tell us that. If you've been here many times before, tell us that. Hope, I'll be in Florida in a couple weeks, so that's pretty exciting. I'm excited about that. The player of all players, Robert, is here. He's thinking about football. He's sad that his Chargers and my Jets, that neither of our teams made it into the playoffs or the Super Bowl, but we're sort of used to it by now. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to talk to our new friend, Batahan. Are you there? Oh, he's sort of locked up. I think his camera might not be working. All right. JP says, come visit the expensive city. Yeah, I bet it is expensive. I'm going to go to Ahmadou. Ahmadou, are you there?
Yes, sir. How are you doing today?
I'm well. How are you?
Good, sir. I just have questions.
Lay them on me. Go.
Yeah, I'm a long-haul truck driver, and you usually got a violation and stuff sometimes. And I just lately had a inspection, and I got a couple of violation. One of them is IFTA, international fuel taxes. It was
Okay.
like canceled somehow, and I touched my phone while I'm driving, distracted driving,
That's
and
not good when you're in a big rig.
yeah, and I had a GPS. I was put in a way like in a windshield, and the officer said it's black my vision. So he gave me like five violation,
5?
and yeah, five violation and
That's no good.
three ticket, and he gave me a court date. So I just want to know what effect these violations have, and especially the international fuel tax, because I called the court and they say it's a misdemeanor. What effect this have on N400 or on I-751?
Well,
Or
I-751, not much, but N400, you have to show that you have 5 or 3, probably 3 years of good moral character. So the question is whether you get an officer who thinks that a truck driver who drives distractedly, playing on their phone and blocking their view, whether they think that's a person of good moral character. I think it could go either way. I think you might need to clear those up and then wait a while to apply for citizenship. I mean, if you want to spend the money, you can take the chance, but I could see them screwing around with you and saying that you're not making good decisions.
so that's gonna be like a bad moral character.
I think there's an argument. I think it's a strained argument, but I think they might try it. Do you have any other reasons why they might not want to give you your citizenship? Any other problems?
Uh, I don't have any other problem but this violation.
Everything with the marriage is okay?
Yeah.
Where would you have your N400 interview if you had one?
It's in Wisconsin.
So I would say, try to get your criminal. What I would do if I was your lawyer, if I was handling the traffic stuff for you, and I would get a lawyer, I would have them say, look, this guy is eligible soon to apply for citizenship. He's happy to pay the fines, but can we amend it to something small and not serious and not something that is going to make him look bad as a person of bad moral character? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do think that immigration officers should take into special account that drivers, people who drive for a living, are more likely to get traffic citations or other citations than regular people, and some do and some don't. So it's all going to depend. Do you want to take your chance and see, or do you want to just wait until it's totally 100% safe, which would be 3 years from the end of the traffic stuff? But I think that's pretty extreme. I would take my shot if I were you.
Yeah, I still have like 1 year to apply for citizenship.
Yeah. So don't get any more tickets. Be careful. Get those ones that you have taken care of, and good luck.
So I still have a court for this. If it get dismissed, I mean, they're not gonna affect anything.
Yeah. Well, you still have to disclose it, but that's better if you can get them dismissed. Yep.
All right. And if it doesn't get dismissed, so it can go both way. It can affect and
Yeah. I'm probably not, but it could.
probably not.
Probably not.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. I just
Bye,
want to know
buddy.
what. I just sorry. I just want to know what kind of violation like affect this processing and 400 like can make it.
Just,
What kind of traffic violation?
I mean, you're gonna have to go through all of it because you got 5 citations all at once, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would go after that distracted driving one. That's the one that would, I think, to me, which they could hang their hat on and say, you don't care about the rules in America. You don't care about people's safety. I mean, I think it's a real stretch. I don't think you really have to worry about it too much, but I think if you're going to attack it, that's the one I would attack.
So if the international fuel tax, I won't worry about that.
Well, I wouldn't say worry about it. You have to deal with it. You have to pay it, and you have to disclose it. So you can't say all those great big things. I don't have to worry about it. I think that's a different thing.
Yeah. And what kind of traffic violation in general like can
I don't
affect
know,
this?
buddy. I don't know. I'm done talking about this. That's going on too long. I can't tell you all that stuff. Just do your best. Try to get as much of it to go away as you can. Batahun is back.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
My
How
name
are
is
you guys?
I'm Batu's wife. This is Batu. We're good. How are
Hello.
you?
Great. Thanks.
Awesome. So we have it's a long story, but we're gonna make it as short as possible.
Okay.
Batu came over here on a student visa. He's been here since 2018, and then he got married in 2021. It didn't work out, and he filed for a VAWA case and concurrently filed for his work permit. He is now still waiting for his work permit. It's been 947 days, and for the VAWA case. And him and I got married last year in 2023. And after we got married in February, we put in the I-765, I-485, I-130, I-131, all those things.
Cool.
So we're still waiting, but have not heard about his first VAWA case and his I-765. So he has been unable to work now for 947 days under that.
Yeah.
So what our question is we've met with USCIS, an officer already, and they told us that it wouldn't matter if we got married. It wouldn't affect his VAWA case, wouldn't affect the first one, but we have not heard anything from that yet. And being that we put in his new I-765 and all those things, our question is, do you think that we should go and withdraw the VAWA case and his original case? Because the last thing we got was a prima facie determination, and they never sent us an date with this month's. They never, that expired in August 2023. So we're kind of in a limbo waiting for that. And we still haven't heard. The last time was 246 days ago for the filing of the second round. Yeah. So we don't really know where to go from here. If we don't have a lawyer at the time, but we just kind of, we don't know if we should get a lawyer, if we should withdraw the VAWA case, or what we should do in this case.
How strong of a VAWA case is it?
Well, it was a bona fide marriage, but it just didn't work out. And it's a crazy long story, but actually they filed for annulment within 11 days. And after that, she never went through with the case. So they never actually got divorced. And we didn't find this out till August of 2023. And November. But we found out because we were trying to get married, we were engaged, we were looking for his, the final decree for the divorce, and there was no record. So she never went through with the cases and all those things. But we found out that she passed away in August of 2023. We found that out in November of 2022. So we found that in November of 2022, but she passed away in August of 2022. So we don't know if that's like holding up the case, but she never went through with anything. Like she never let him know. She never let anything know. So we're kind of like, they didn't notify us of anything that's holding it back. We don't know about, yeah.
So thank you for all those explanations, but you didn't answer my question. How strong is the VAWA case, the violence against him? How much evidence do you have of that?
So he went to see a psychologist, and he has like a psychological background for that. So they did like a whole thing for that. What else?
I kept the messages.
Yeah, he has like all the messages and everything he already sent in. Unfortunately, I don't have all the information from that VAWA case because that was before our time. But being that it's been like 950 days, we're just wondering like if that's something that's common because he still doesn't have his work permit. He only filed the work permit and the VAWA case at that time. Yeah. So I believe it's a strong case. They didn't ask him for any extra information, but it's just on his, it just says case was received and pending. It doesn't say that they're working on it, none of that stuff.
So it doesn't sound like a strong case to me.
Okay.
And I think it probably is holding up things. When did you file? What's the date of your marriage, and when did you file the I-130 and the 45?
So we married February 2023. It was February 14, 2023, and then we filed in May of 2023. So it's been since last May.
And has he gotten fingerprinted or a work card off the new application?
No, not the new work card, but they said that they didn't need his fingerprints because they already had them from the case before.
And before he married the lady that died, what was his immigration status?
You were F1?
F1.
Yeah, F1.
Student.
Yeah, F1 student.
Still in valid status at the time that he filed for adjustment?
I believe so, right? Yeah, because it was just like a couple months before, and then you filed. Yeah.
A couple months before? What do you mean?
Like he lived in New York, and we live in Nashville, but he moved back to Nashville during that time. But his student visa ended 2019? Was 2019?
2019.
Yeah, and then he got married in 2021. So I'm not sure about the.
Okay, so that's what I'm trying to get to is at the time that he married the first person, the person that died, it sounds like his F1 student visa had long stopped. He'd stopped going to school. Is that fair to say?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's fair.
So he had 2 years of status. Did he graduate?
Yeah, he did graduate, but he ended up staying here. But I remember in his paperwork.
Hold on. You're skipping past that. That's important.
Yeah, he did graduate. Yeah.
So when did he graduate?
No, it was a language school.
A language school. So it was a language school. So he was taking school. He's a chef, so he was doing his stuff there. But graduated 2019? End of 2019, December. 2018? 2020? Okay, so 2020. Sorry.
So again, does he know when his CVIS record ended? When did they terminate his CVIS record?
I'm not sure. I know that his paperwork said there was no the foreign residence. He didn't have to go back or anything like between those because like he has all the paperwork is basically dated in line. Like nothing was expired before he did anything else. That doesn't
sound right.
I don't have all the paperwork from before we were together.
Well, and that brings up my big concern. So for me, if I were your lawyer before I filed, well, at least while I filed your marriage-based case, I would also, and you can do this today, and you should file a G639 online and get his complete immigration file.
Okay, G639, perfect. Okay,
yeah, it's a Freedom of Information Act to get, and just say I want all immigration documents.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Now,
yeah,
this doesn't sound like a strong VAWA case to me. Especially, did he file it without a lawyer?
Yeah, he filed. Well, he had a lawyer file it for him. That first one, the VAWA case, you did. That was your lawyer. Yeah.
I mean, so here's my thing. If let's say that tomorrow USCIS called up and said, "Hey, we want to meet Batu on the VAWA case." I would sure as hell tell you to withdraw that thing.
Okay,
I don't want them talking about that, annulment, 12-day marriage, all that shit. No. I mean, now I have someone who's married to a U.S. citizen. She obviously seems intelligent and engaged in keeping him here and getting him a green card.
yeah.
So I think what I would, and now here's the kicker though. You should only withdraw the case if you're okay with them, letting you know, like you might find out somehow that they were close to giving him a green card. I think the chances of him getting a green card off the VAWA case are pretty low. And I also think him getting that anytime soon is pretty low.
Right.
So what I'd want to do is want to withdraw. I mean, first of all, I think you need someone to go over his whole immigration history, because 12-day marriages, annulments, deaths, that's sort of messy. You guys might want to get a lawyer involved at this point and sort of clean everything up, withdraw the old case, push him on the new case, try to get him a work card off the new case, and then sort of let the chips fall where they may on the old. You're just gonna have to be comfortable with the fact that you might be giving something up, but there's this doctrine of sunk cost, and I think that's sort of what you need to think about. Yeah, he's got a lot of time waiting for it. Yeah, it's sort of messy. Yeah, I don't really want him testifying about all the ins and outs of that. They might still ask him about it if he gets a green card interview through you, but they're going to spend a lot less time talking about it if they're comfortable with you and comfortable with the marriage. And then we just got to make sure there's nothing fake or fraudulent in the old case. That's what I'm worried about.
Right. Okay. And then I just have one other thing. So we did actually send in a month ago an expedite request for just his work permit and his travel permit from the old one and the new one. And they haven't answered us yet. It's been a month. What in your experience, how long does it usually take for them to even answer an expedite? Because we haven't even received an answer at all.
I think expedite requests are bullshit and they don't do anything about them.
Okay, that's what we wanted to know. I mean, we wrote letter. We have all the facts, his health, he needs teeth work, all that stuff. But so we did a whole thing of it. It was a big packet. So I was just wondering if that was even a thing, because it's been, like I said, I wrote in the letter, I didn't think it would be considered an expedite since it's been almost 1,000 days.
Right. That's the irony. How can they call it expedite when I've been waiting forever?
Exactly. Right. Okay. Is there any other questions you have, honey?
No.
I think that was all. Yeah.
That's it.
Have a good day.
Thank you so much for your help. Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Yeah, she was doing all the talking. He didn't answer much, but that's okay. We've seen that before for sure. It's all good. All right. Let's talk to Daryl. What's up, Daryl?
I just had a quick question. Is there a 10-year financial support rule for people who marry a foreign spouse and they get a green card through the marriage?
What's that question?
Oh, I'd read somewhere where there was like a 10-year financial support rule or something if you marry a foreign spouse.
So if you want to sponsor a foreign person to come to the United States, a spouse, or if they're here in the United States and they want to get a green card, you have to sign a form called an affidavit of support. And an affidavit of support says that if the government pays benefits for that foreign national's behalf, that you'll pay the government back. And you're on the hook for either until they become a U.S. citizen or that they are gainfully employed for 44 quarters, which is basically 11 years. Now, there are these divorce attorneys now who take that affidavit of support and use it as evidence when, the marriage goes south and they're trying to enforce alimony and things like that. So, so absolutely, that's definitely part of the process.
Okay. That's what I was curious about. Appreciate it.
Bye, Daryl. See you, buddy. All right. Alpha's here. Hello, Alpha.
Hey, Jim. Thank you for tuning me in. I have a quick question for you.
Go for it.
2022, I got my conditional green card. And 2023, just before the Christmas, my car was broken into. My wallet was inside and it was stolen.
Yeah,
I already filed the I-90 and they responded. And I already passed the biometric stage, which I didn't go to. They said there's no need for me to go to do the biometric. So in June of this year, 2024, I'm going to be renewing the conditional green card.
751. Yep.
Yes. So my question is, how is that going to affect? Because I have the I-90 running, and
Yeah. Well, it'll probably just play out the normal way, you know. So an I-90 takes about a year.
okay.
So, I mean, what'll actually happen, I don't know. Maybe they'll. I hate to say it. What they'll probably do is send you like so. So let's play it out. So when did you file the I-90?
December 2023.
And when will you file your 751?
It should be June of this year, 2024.
Right. So you file that. So in June of 2024, you'll file your 751 and you'll get that 4-year extension letter.
Yes.
And in theory, that plus your green card is what you need to leave the United States and come and go and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so technically that's the end of your conditional residence. So I'm not sure exactly what'll happen, but I bet $10 that USCIS will send you an expired 2-year green card. That's what I think will happen.
Okay.
I actually haven't had this happen before. I don't
Mhm.
think, or at least not in a while. But I mean, they can't give you a green card beyond the 2 years,
Okay.
and they won't get around to approving it until the 2 years.
Oh,
So,
okay.
you know, until the year is up, which is past your 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So what'll probably end up happening. I mean, first of all, you should know that right now, if you need to, you could make an InfoPass appointment and go get a stamp in your passport from your local immigration office. It's called an I-551, and it would be good for a year.
Okay.
If you need to leave the United States or need proof of, I mean, they might just do it up until the time of conditional residence, but I don't think so. I haven't had anyone on a conditional green card lose their green card in a while, so I don't remember. But I think usually so here's what I would do, unless you need to travel. What I would do is, you know, you can file for that I-751 90 days early. So like after, you know, 85 days before that's due, I would file that thing. And then once you get that receipt notice, then I would make my appointment to USCIS. And I'd get a stamp in my passport, and I'd use that plus the travel letter to travel. That's what I'd be trying to get.
And you said it's an I-55?
It's just a stamp. Yep. It's
Okay.
proof of your status, but it's in your passport.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Yeah, it was a little unfortunate in December. I was just coming out from the airport, picking up my wife, and come home, and someone just broke into the car. So
they smashed the window.
Yeah, but good thing I had the police report and everything, and I had already scanned my current conditional green card. I had all the scans, the back and the front, and I sent them when I filed the I-90.
All right, Alpha, good luck, my friend.
All right, thank you.
Bye, buddy. All right. Victoria is here. Hello, Victoria. Can't hear you. You're on mute.
Sorry about that. Hello.
No worries. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. So I'm new here. I was kind of looking around and I came across your page. I spoke to Julia earlier, so she suggested that I tune in today.
Okay, cool.
But to make a long story short, my husband's from Angola, Africa, and he's been here since 2001. And we've been knowing each other for, going on 12 years. So we have a marriage petition. It was approved. However, he filed for asylum initially. They denied his asylum. We got an attorney. And by the way, we're from South Florida. So I'm tuning in from South Florida.
Nice.
And the attorneys down here, they're something else. But we filed a motion to reopen his denial case for the asylum.
When?
Okay, so this is the same thing Julia asked me. So based off of my backtracking, it should have been sometime in 2020, between April and June.
So while Biden was president?
Right.
No, 21, 22. No, was it when Trump was president or Biden? Trump
was in office, and then I think not too long after he transitioned out and then Biden was in.
Okay.
But actually, no, it was a Trump error because I remember my attorney saying something amongst the line, oh, Trump is doing something, this, that, another. So yeah, it was when Trump was in office.
Yeah, he's screwing people trying to get their cases admin closed. So just real quick, when your husband's asylum case was denied, did he get order removed?
Yes, he had order of removal.
Okay. All right.
Which never happened.
Okay. Did he get withholding or did he get nothing? He just flat out lost.
I'm not quite sure. I think it was just denied or he lost maybe.
Did he have to check in periodically with ICE?
Yes, he does.
Okay. All right. So ICE never gets around to actually deporting him. The motion to reopen, the government doesn't join in or the judge doesn't grant it. Have you guys done anything since then?
Yes. So we, filed the marriage petition that was approved.
With USCIS?
Right.
And that was after you filed the motion to reopen or before?
That was prior because we had to do that first. And then the attorney filed the I-130. And then they denied it.
Okay. So when you guys asked to reopen his deportation and to set aside the deportation order, the I-130 had already been approved or no?
What is the I-130? Is that for the marriage?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that was approved after, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. So let me ask you this question and then we can move on.
Mm-hmm.
What was the basis for setting aside the deportation order if you didn't have an approved I-130 yet? Because sometimes people file it just because I'm married to a U.S. citizen and I'm gonna file an I-130. Is that what happened?
Right. We were trying to seek his citizenship to get a green card, so we try to do it off of.
We're way
marriage.
From citizenship. Okay. All right. I understand. Okay.
So we did that, and then the attorney said that they denied it for whatever reason. The marriage petition got approved. Yeah. We got a letter saying that they approved it, but for whatever reason, he said that our case was denied.
Yeah.
I'm completely confused. Like everyone's way more well-versed in the terminology.
That's okay. That's okay. It's okay. I'm following along. I know exactly what's going on. Keep going.
Mm-hmm. And my husband, he's well more versed and he has a better understanding, but he's at work right now. But I just wanted to jump on the show today since I knew it was going to be aired.
Yep.
But I just know that we filed I-130.
Yeah.
We got a letter. Yeah, we got a letter saying that was approved. However, they said his order of his asylum was denied still.
Yeah.
Because the attorney had requested an appeal to reopen.
When did you get married?
Deportation. 2018.
So since Joe Biden came in office, you guys haven't revisited that issue of reopening his case?
Pretty much.
Okay.
I mean, we just got a response last year from the attorney, to be quite frank.
But sister, now's the time to do it because Biden's giving out that shit like candy. This is exactly the best time to file a motion to reopen. And in fact, if you believe like I do that there's a better than 50-50 chance that Trump comes back into office,
right?
You got a narrow little window. So what you should do, I mean, I guess Huli has your contact information. I can email you tomorrow.
Okay.
And we can get started. I know exactly what to do. We need to go back to the court to try to set aside the deportation. And then he'll apply for adjustment of status with USCIS based on his marriage to you.
Right.
Now, one quick question. How did he enter the United States?
From the airport.
So he had a visa.
And that also is a ball of wax as well. I'm not quite sure. They let him pass. He left from his home country to Brazil, and then from Brazil he flew in to the US. And they let him go. But he did have an unauthentic passport. If that
geez. Okay. Well, that makes things more complicated.
Hinders him in any way. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Send it on over, or I'll ask Cooley for the information, and we can go from there.
Okay. And I'm not quite sure if our previous attorney already filed an adjustment. That kind of sounds familiar. For whatever reason, he said it was denied. So I don't know if we can do it again.
Yeah, you can.
She mentioned something about it being pending. I don't know for a fact if it's pending. I'm just trying to seek legal advice so we know how to move forward.
Thank you, Victoria.
You're welcome.
See ya. All right. Anita B is here. What's up, Anita?
Hi, Jim. So so I have a question for my mom. So I'm just going to create the scenario like I'm the mom, just
Can
so
I
I
just,
don't compare my
that's
mom.
fine. Can I just say I like those glasses a lot?
Thank you. Yeah, they're really good. They let me see really well, and the prescription is really good.
Awesome.
Okay, so I'm the mother, so I'm gonna speak like I'm the mother. So
Yeah.
basically, I'm a green card holder, IR5 green card holder, and I have two younger kids that are out of the country because they haven't fully gotten their permission to enter yet. And I am filing for I-131 reentry because I need to go back and take care of the kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the question is, I know that after you file it, there's a biometric appointment. The first question is, can I go outside whilst I put in the application, and when the biometric is ready, I come back in? But I just re-entered right before my 6 months lapse. So can I
So
just
I
yeah.
think the first question you want to ask me is a little different. The first question you want to ask me is, Jim, should I stay here for the whole year that it's going to take for them to approve my reentry permit?
Yes, so that's the
But-
question then.
Yeah, and so I think the answer to that question is yes. But at
Okay.
the very least,
Mm-hmm.
you got to wait for biometrics. I would not leave before biometrics. I could just see them saying you abandoned it, you left. We're going to close that thing out because they're keeping track of people coming and going a lot more than they used to. Not
Okay.
saying that for 100% they should, but I think that more likely than not, once it's receipted, they'll tell her pretty quickly she doesn't need to do biometrics. Then if she has to go and has someone here monitoring her mail, I'm okay with that. But also, if she leaves, she shouldn't be gone for more than 6 months again until she gets that reentry permit approved, right? No trips more than 6 months, even if she's filed a reentry permit. That's not going to cover her to just stay out for more than 6 months. Do you follow me?
Okay. Okay. So whilst filing the 131, there was an option for expedited processing request, but I don't know if her case, I mean, if her case falls under those expedited processing, because I think it says severe financial loss, extreme situation, humanitarian situation. So I don't know if we can request for expedited for her.
Yeah.
So
What's the basis? These little
has to
kids,
go take care of the kids. Yeah.
yeah, they don't care.
Okay. Okay. So they wouldn't
I mean,
process it.
try it, but don't get your hopes up.
Sure. And currently, I know they said on the application it said that they'll be updating their fees. Do you happen to know what the actual fees are? Because on the page it says starting April they will
April 1st,
be.
yeah, the fees are going up. Yeah, I don't know what the
Okay.
fees are. There's that whole fee schedule. If you just look on there, it'll show
Mhm.
you for reentry
Okay.
permit. All right.
Okay. All right.
Thanks,
Sure. That's
Anita.
it. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You
See ya.
too. Thank you.
Bye. All right. All right. All right. All right. Bruno's here. Hello, Bruno.
Hi Jim, how are you doing?
Great, buddy. How you doing?
Good, good. I have a quick question. So I'm the permanent resident. My wife came to the States on October last year, and she just got her green card a few weeks ago, a 10-year green card. Well, due to some personal issues between us, how soon will we be able to file for divorce without jeopardizing her green card status?
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So you got her green card based on marriage to you?
Yes.
Well, so here's what we need to think about. So if you get divorced, she can apply for citizenship after 5 years. I'm going to mute you while I'm talking, okay? I'm going to mute you while I'm talking. So when she's going to apply for citizenship in 5 years, I assume. Is that right? Do you think so? Yeah. So when she does, they're going to say, "Boy, this sure looks suspicious. As soon as you got there and got your green card, you filed for divorce." So there's no real right answer to what you're saying, but I mean, any time in the next year or two is going to be suspicious. So I don't know if you should stay married just because of that, but they're going to have a real question as to whether it was a real marriage at all and whether they should have given you that green card and all that stuff. So of course, this is her problem more than yours, but at the end of the day, it's all going to be about what she can explain at citizenship time. Maybe you can help her a little bit if you're inclined to help her then and say, yeah, it was a real marriage. It just didn't work out. I was cheating on her or she was cheating on me or whatever it is, and then see what happens. So there's no real way to predict it, and there's no real black letter rule that says married more than 6 months is okay, getting divorced at a year is bad. There's no real rule like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, definitely, I would help her. Yeah, I mean, despite everything, I wouldn't mind helping her. But like in the short term, if we do that right now, there shouldn't be any inconvenience on her side. Only until she applies for citizenship. You say, right?
That's right.
Okay, thank you so much. And just one more question about my naturalization. So once I'm like 5 years here and I have a continuous residence and everything. Once I apply and I explain my time in the U.S. for those 5 years, after those 5 years, can I just, while my naturalization is pending, can I just go like back and forth to like travel like normally? Would that be okay, or would that count as part of the time that I have to spend here in the States? Or
so is it a close call for the 5 years? Will it be a close call, or you definitely have like well beyond 2.5 years in the United States?
by the time I'm 5 years, yeah, well beyond maybe 3.5 years.
So
I don't think
3.5 out of 5 you will have been in the United States. Yeah, I would say it's okay to take short trips. I mean, one thing is you don't want to leave because you might get biometrics, and number two, you might get a quick interview and not have a lot of notice. So I would say 2 or 3 week trips, but not like don't go live outside the country until you get your interview, right?
Okay, so after the 5 years, I apply, and so I shouldn't be like going for months to my home country or whatever. That's what you say.
I mean, your citizenship's probably going to take 6 months, so I would just wait till after that. Don't do whatever you want.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you
Bye,
so much.
Bruno. See you, buddy. My friends, cut this shit out. This person says this is fraud. Fuck that. Who says it's fraud? You don't know it's fucking fraud. Shut your mouth. And Vishnu, what the hell? It's not gold digger syndrome. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. This is pissing me off. I think what Dammy said is absolutely true. It makes me sad when marriages don't work out. Go fuck yourself, guys. You don't know what you're talking about. Is that kind? We're kind here. We're not going off on other people. You have no idea what's going on in Bruno's case. So keep your opinions to yourself. You want to say something constructive, something positive, something happy, that's fine. Happy to have you here. But if you're going to say nasty shit like gold digger syndrome or calling people a fraud, go fuck yourselves. Modesto's here. Hello, Modesto. Oh, he's driving. We'll come back, Modesto, when you're not driving. All right. Gordon's here. Hello, Gordon. What's up, my man?
Hey, Jim. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. I've been a little lost, and I've been looking for some guidance, and I might have called your offices a couple times, and anyway, my wife, to give you a little bit of background, my wife wanted a separation. We filed about close to a year ago for a I-751 jointly, and the date is the 23rd of March would be the year mark. Anyway, so my wife wanted a separation last year in September about, and we've been kind of trying to make it work. She's been hanging around here and, using the house as a go-between. She took on a night work and kind of stepped out of the marriage a little bit, and she's wanting to leave for Oregon, which would put her 3,000 miles away from me with our 2 kids. And she's very willing to work with me, thinks I'm a great father, and just doesn't want to be here anymore. I'm mortgaged into a house, and we had plans on moving later on this year, but that didn't work for her, and so she made her own plans. Still very willing to work with me whichever way we go. So I'm just looking for the best way forward in all this, and I had some questions.
Well, before we get to the questions, can I just say I can tell that you're sad and I'm sorry that you're going through this?
Yeah, I've just been back and forth in my mind a lot, and I just need a little bit of guidance. The lawyers I'm working with, and I won't mention them, I've been trying to call them just to find out which way to go when all this hit, and they just basically scrubbed it up to basically wait it out, see if I get a green card. They send them in the mail, and we'll see how to do citizenship.
You're talking about a 751, right?
Yeah.
Can we back up a little bit? Can I ask some questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, when did you come to the United States?
I came to the United States. I was in the US in 2017 in Montana on a agricultural visa, a H-2A visa.
Mhm.
And then the following year, found myself here in Oklahoma, and that's where I met my wife. And we got married in that year, in September of that year, after seeing each other for about 6 months.
Okay. And so when did you get married, and when did you file for the green card?
I got married in September of 2019, the 8th of September, and we filed that December, January, and I got my travel documents, my work permit and whatever, and I got my green card on the 23rd of March, somewhere in there. I don't know if that's when I applied or whatever. Well, that's when the 2 years started, the conditional green card. I think
the start month and year of the conditional green card is when? A year ago?
23rd of March, 2021.
That's the old green card.
Yeah, that's the old green card.
And then when did you file the 751?
Well, I filed 90 days before the 23rd, on 23, so that would be
Like
2022 in December is when I did it, before the 23rd.
So it's been pending about a year and a month.
Yeah.
Now, when do you think your wife is heading to Oregon?
She's planning on leaving out end of March.
End of March.
We're hoping to get tax return done before then, and I didn't know if what the best way would be to go at this, since she's fully supportive and willing to work with me. I just wanted to do the right thing. I've got a biological child with her and a stepchild. He's turning 3 in May. So ultimately, the bigger question is whether or not, what's the best route to go so I can be around for them, know.
Right. So here, if I haven't already, I'm about to do a video, and the name of the video is "You Don't Want That 10-Year Green Card." I might have done it. It might be in the can. I don't know, but I don't think you want that 10-year green card, the one that you have pending right now, because if like your lawyers say, "Oh, just sit tight and see what happens when the green card comes," well, you're going to be screwed when it comes time to apply for citizenship. They're going to think you lied to them. They're going to think you played a trick on them. They're going to think you should have disclosed that she moved to Oregon in March of 23. They're not going to approve it for another year. So that's going to be a long time for you to not have gotten around to telling them that the marriage was kaput. So what I would do if I were you, if things are moving, do you think things are moving towards a divorce?
Yeah, I hadn't had the heart to go through with anything right now, just being in the dark with some of the things,
Yeah, so I would say immigration wise, we can deal with whatever you need to deal with. So live your life, make good decisions. But at some point, if I'm you and I'm appreciative that this person doesn't want to screw me and is out to help me, I get that. I would say, honey, I talked to Jim, and the best approach for me and my safety and my ability to stay in the United States is for me to file my own 751. And once I get that on file, then you can withdraw the jointly filed one so that I'm protected the whole time. I'll get a new extension letter, and then I can proceed on my own. I can still submit all the evidence, the taxes. I can even get an affidavit from you if you're willing to say, Gordon's a good guy. The marriage just didn't work out. We want him to stay. We want him to be able to be in his children's and his stepchildren's lives. you know, so I would be focused on your mental health and your happiness and the logistics of stuff. The immigration piece, we can handle it any which way you want, right? So you should have no doubts that you can stay in the United States for the rest of your life and become a citizen. It's just going to take 5 years instead of 3.
Okay. Well, my next question is just some little more specific things. You know, I just wanted to know, being in my situation, I'm going to list the house because regardless of whether she moves and I do a new application, you know, I'm going to want to move up a little closer. I've got people up there, you know, and I just didn't know how putting up a case would include, you know, I didn't know, would I need a new sponsor with that? Would it tie me to my job if that's, you know, the security? I don't know if that was included with putting up a new case.
Nope. You don't need any of that stuff for a 751. Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that really answers in broad spectrum and kills all the rest of my smaller questions I had that are more specific. So,
well, email me if you need help. Email if you get stuck, or if you have any more questions. I feel for you, so hang in there. Okay.
Okay. I got one last question. Sorry. Sure. Would it be better to kind of let her get settled and let the dust settle before filing for divorce? Just let her go ahead and move? Or
well, so to me, if from an immigration standpoint, it doesn't matter. I would talk to a family law attorney. I don't know if it's easier to do it before she leaves or after. Sometimes there's questions about, you know, where the divorce should happen. Should it happen in Oklahoma? Should it happen in Oregon? How do you get jurisdiction over the person once they've moved? So I would talk to a family law attorney about that. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay. All right. I mean, I've got no intentions of keeping her around just with the kids. So, obviously, I have my, you know, legally, my rights with the kids set in stone, you know, if she leaves, or doing that before she leaves. But anyway. Okay. Well, thanks, Jim. I appreciate it.
Take care.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Okay. Bye. All right. Let's go to Eddie. What's up, Eddie?
Hi, Jim. You mind if I turn off the camera? I'm driving.
Done. You're not driving. You're sitting in your car, right?
Yeah. All right. So thank you so much for all that you're doing for us. I've been following your show for a long time now, and I have a question regarding my naturalization and then a good moral character. So I have a son with another woman that is not my wife. I have a pending green card. I put in an application.
Wait. Time out. Let's start over. Where are you from?
Say that again. I'm from Nigeria.
And when did you come to the United States?
2017.
What kind of a visa did you have?
I came in with a student's visa.
And did you finish your studies?
No, I couldn't complete it. I had some issues, so I had to drop out.
What kind of issues?
It was more about financial hardship.
How long did you actually go to school?
For about a year.
What proof do you have of the financial hardship?
Okay, so with that has already been settled.
No, it hasn't. What changed between when you went to the embassy to tell them that you had the money to support yourself going to school and the time that you got out?
Okay, so my job decided to sponsor me for my program. That was a master's program. And when I was here, the funds were coming in, but there was a change of management. So that led to a lot.
You can prove that up.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So then when was your CVIS record terminated?
That was somewhere in 2019.
Okay, and then what's the date of your marriage?
That was in 2020, January.
So on the date that you got married, you were out of status.
Yes, I was out of status.
All right, and so how long after marriage did your spouse file an I-130 petition and you filed for adjustment for you?
That was about 5 months.
So what's the receipt date, roughly?
The receipt date was in June 2021.
Okay.
Sorry.
June of 20 what?
2020.
2020. Okay. All right. And you got biometrics? Did you get a work card?
Yes, I didn't get a work card, but I got the 2-year green card.
Oh, you got the 2-year green card. Okay, that's good. Okay. All right. And interview, no interview?
Yes, we had an interview.
Stokes?
That I don't understand.
Did they separate you at the interview?
No, we were together.
Okay, good. Okay, so what's the start date on your 2-year green card?
It's in April 2020.
April what? April of what?
21.
April of 21. Okay. And so that means before April of 23, you had to file a joint 751. Did you guys file that?
Yes, we did.
Okay. When was that filed?
It was filed in March 2020,
Okay.
last year.
23. Okay. And you had a child with somebody who's not your spouse?
Yes, we had some issues. And
Hold on. What's that child's date of birth?
date of birth is February 12, 2022.
So during 1 year before the 1 year anniversary of your green card, the child was born, which means they were conceived in April of 21. So right around the time you got your 2-year green card, you conceived a child with somebody else.
Yes, actually, yeah, he's 1 year. It's February 2023. That was last year. Sorry.
Oh wait, the kid was born in February of 23.
Yes, last year.
So the kid's going to be a year old in 4 days. Okay. So halfway through your 751, about the 1 year anniversary of your green card, you got somebody pregnant.
Yes.
During the time that you got that person pregnant, were you still living with your spouse?
We had separated a bit.
No, right then, in April of 22. In April of 22, were you living with your spouse or not?
Yes, I was.
Okay. And does your spouse know about that kid?
I haven't told her yet.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Okay. So, now here's the $1 million question. And I don't know the answer to this off the top of my head. On the 751, do you have to list your children, right? Did you list this child on your 751?
So as at the time I was applying, I didn't have his birth certificate yet.
Oh, come on, dude. You can't hide behind the birth certificate.
No, so he wasn't listed on the application.
So, okay. So this kid was born. It looks like the kid was born a month before you filed the 751.
Yes.
And so when was the birth certificate issued? Do you know?
It came about 3 weeks later.
3 weeks after his birth or 3 weeks after the 751?
After he was born.
So your name was on the birth certificate before you filed the 751?
So when it came, my name was on it.
Yeah, and you said it came 3 weeks after. He was born on February 12th, so 3 weeks after would be before you filed the 751.
Yes.
Were you present at the time that the child was born?
Yes, the mom told me, so I went.
How long before? So just to be clear, you went and helped deliver this baby, and then you went home and stayed with your wife that night like nothing happened?
Presumably, yes.
Presumably. Okay, so what's the question?
Okay, so I want to know in terms of my naturalization. Yes, I'll be disclosing this new child. I want to know how that is going to work out in terms of the good moral character.
So here's the problem. When you submitted that 751 without listing a child whose birth you were present at, they're going to call that a misrepresentation and fraud, and that by not disclosing that you had a child out of wedlock with another woman, then this is the standard, that you cut off a line of inquiry that might have affected whether or not you got the 751 approved. Does that make sense?
Yes,
So you shouldn't be thinking about citizenship. You should be saying, Jim, am I going to lose my MF and green card? That's what you should be worried about.
Okay. So
Because,
what do I do now?
well, I mean, there's a couple of options. One is you could file an amended 751 and list the child. But then, I mean, you know that you're already up against it as a Nigerian who was out of status at the time that they got married. Let me ask this question. What is the immigration status of the woman who gave birth to your child?
She's a citizen.
Is she married?
No.
I mean, the thing is, they're going to think that you married the person that you're married to and that you filed the 751. They're going to think you married her to get a green card.
That is not true.
Well, that's what they're going to think. Have you and that person had any children?
Yes, we have a child together.
When was that kid born?
November 2022.
So 3 months before their half. So you had two women pregnant at the same time.
Almost.
Oh, geez. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I mean, one thing is, Jim, should I ever apply for citizenship? No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. What's going to happen with the 751? I mean, what's going on with child support for the kid you had out of wedlock?
I support the child and his mother. I've not been put on child support.
But your spouse doesn't know about that kid or about that woman. Nothing. She doesn't know anything about that.
Not yet. I'm planning to let her know.
Well, that's going to be interesting when that happens. I mean, she might try to get your green card taken away. I mean, you got to be ready for anything. The biggest problem right now is you have a 751 pending that doesn't list your child, which, in other words, your pending 751 contains its own misrepresentation. You know what I'm saying? There's like this poison pill out there that's hanging over your head. But if you disclose it, then I think you lose the green card originally. So the one thing you could do is get completely clean with everybody, and then notify USCIS of what happened, and then apply for a marriage-based green card if you want to marry the baby mama. But I don't know if that's something on your plan. But man, this is very, very complicated.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, I think you want to tell her sooner rather than later, because you don't want her to find out some other way.
Yeah, I'll let her know.
All right, well, keep us posted. Let us know, okay?
All right, we'll do. Thank you so much.
Good luck, Eddie. Thanks, man. Yowza. Ooh, that was something else. Modesto looks like he's done driving. Let's say hi real quick. Hi, Modesto.
Hi, Jim. How are you doing?
Great. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Sorry, I was driving a forklift.
Oh, I know, but I still can't talk to you. You might run somebody over and drop a pallet on their head.
Yeah. Is it okay if I can stop the camera?
Yeah, sure thing. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I have a quick question. What's for this? When you say you need letters from family and friends for what you call those letters to support that the marriage is maybe real if they know you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, let's say a foreign spouse has majority of his friends, family and friends, they're like in the other country. Like for example, Asia, maybe they're in England or stuff like that.
Yeah, I've seen those kinds of letters. I don't find them very compelling, because I would much rather have a letter from a neighbor who says, I see the two of them leave together at 7 a.m. going to work. I see them going back into their house every night at 5 to 6. To me, that's 10 times better than some letter from somebody back in the home country that says, I know these guys, they love each other. Like, I think those are pretty worthless. It's all about they teach you this in law school. It's all about your personal information, just sort of reporting that they're in love and they love each other, but I have no real firsthand knowledge. I've never been to dinner with either of them or any of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think that stuff just doesn't go very far.
Oh, okay. So how about from kids? Like if you have children?
Are they live with both of you?
Yeah.
How old are they?
One is 15 and the other one is 10.
Probably the 15-year-old might not be bad, but it's got to be notarized.
What does that mean?
Notarized? Oh, that means you have to go to like the bank or the post office and get a notary. They have to be like show proof of who they are, and they have to be sworn that what they're saying is true. I mean, the other thing I want to say, just in general, maybe I'll make a TikTok about this tomorrow. I don't think USCIS considers this evidence very compelling. I think if you don't have much financial stuff together, if you haven't made purchases or gone on trips or don't have a lot of letters, I think some people try to cover up a thin case with lots of letters. I just don't think it's very, very strong evidence. I think they sort of disregard it right away.
Because there's no way a kid would lie about something, and there's no way the mother would put the kid in that kind of situation. Because these kids are innocent,
I would
and
say,
then when they come in, they come in clean.
I would disagree. I would disagree.
For example, she has a letter. A kid put in the husband's last name and just writing this beautiful letter, wishing happy birthday, and then saying, the man that you have, things like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So the thing is, it's all at the same time. It's like pictures. You take family pictures together. There's no way a parent who mislead the kids, put them in the pictures that
you
are
are
not
wrong
true.
about that. You're wrong about that.
Oh man, I'm just saying, So I was thinking maybe probably even the letters.
And so a little bit of it is fine, but don't go crazy, okay? I got to go, Modesto. We're over time, okay?
All right, thank you very much.
Bye, buddy. Good luck.
Yeah.
All right, well, what a show! What a show! What a show! What a show! If people haven't watched that one, haven't watched this one, they're gonna want to watch this one. That was quite a tale, and I hate to tell you guys this. I've heard that story before. I've heard that situation. Eddie's situation is not uncommon. It happens more often than you think. The problem is that, and the real head scratcher is usually when I hear that story, the baby mama is not a citizen, right? And oftentimes the baby mama is from the old country, right? And the thought is that he's sticking with the U.S. citizen because that's the only way he can get a green card. Here, there's that one little wrinkle that the person that he had the other baby with. Oh, I forgot to ask if. Did I ask if? I think I did. I asked the baby mama knows about the wife, right? I think I did. That was something. But I'll be back tomorrow, 3:00 tomorrow, not 4, 3:00 tomorrow. And then we'll figure out Saturday and Sunday. So if you want to get on the email list or the text line, text the word show to 314-470-3300. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Central. I would have to think that the baby mama knows that he's married, but of course that's not possible. But to me, it's like, whoa, what'd you do today, honey? I went to work and worked my ass off so I could fulfill my obligations under the affidavit of support. What'd you do? Oh, I was at the hospital delivering my other kid. Man, oh man, that's rough. All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Julie and I will be back. I don't know if we'll be able to top that one. But I hope you all have a great night. I hope all is well for Eddie and everybody else. And for my good friend Temmie is here. Hi, buddy. Good to see you, boss. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Oh, yeah. And the Chinese New Year is on Saturday, which is also my wife's birthday. So it's a very auspicious day. Very auspicious day. So if you need to clean up your record or clean up, this is a good time to sort of wind down the year. And of course, Ramadan's coming up too. So all these good reasons to make peace with those. I'm sorry I lost my temper earlier for those I yelled at, but man, oh man, don't be bad-mouthing people in the comments. You never know what's going on in somebody else's life. Al says, that guy was worried about good moral character. That's the $1 million. I don't know, dude. I don't know. All right, guys. I'll see ya.